We should make... Okay, this is our new YouTube channel. We're having a YouTube channel. So we can show our kids when...
Our kids is crazy.
Shut up.
I'm not having kids.
Mama, how come
She's
when
the doctor.
I asked, you said no?
About what?
When I asked to make a YouTube channel, you said no.
Because we don't actually post the videos. We just literally keep
We
them
always
to
say we're
ourselves.
gonna start a YouTube channel.
And we never do. Because that's just...
Okay, guys, we reviewed the first 2 books of the Twisted series, and it got deleted because she recorded it on Snapchat. I mean, on TikTok. So we're gonna run through it. Ready? Ava, ranked number 4 for me out of all the girls. Why? She's boring. The only interesting thing about her is the fact that her dad tried to drown her, and that she fucked up a couch, for real. If you know, you know. What about for you? She was also 4 for you, right?
She was also...
For the same reasons. Boring.
Same reason. Jaylene, we're trying to make a video. Please stop.
Alex for me was number 3, and I think the same for you.
Yes.
Alex was number 3 for me. He lied to her for years and years and years, and just expected it to be fine. But he did grovel for a whole year, and
he ate.
But
if anybody needs help, guess who they're calling.
Needs help. And the reason he's 3rd is because we're ranking the book, not him as a person, like him in this book. If I were to rank him in all the other books, because he's so much better in the other books,
he'll be like a 2.
He'd be 2.
Yeah,
I'd be honest.
Number 1 is my number 1 for live. For live first. Okay. Anyways,
so that, and then as a couple, I rank them 3rd as well.
Me too.
Because again, he lied to her, but she did reform him, and it was super cute. But they're just not.
They're not powerful couples.
No.
Okay.
He is, but she isn't.
Twist the games. Oh, I start first.
Mm-hmm.
Bridget. She's a little queen, and I mean metaphorically and actually. She just eats. Like, always eats.
What do you rank her?
She's my number 2. She's Pookie number 2. She's scared the shit out of me. Okay, your turn.
Pookie Bridget is number 1 for me. Just because I feel like personally she has more of a backbone than my number 2. Our number 1 and number 2 are switched. Personally for me, she has a little bit more of a backbone, and I need that in a female main character. If not, I will actually go insane. They all have a pretty good backbone, but just her specifically, she's not the one with the most backbone. She isn't, but I just like her character more, you know. So that's my explanation. Them as a couple, since I'm already holding a book, I'm just gonna go into them as a couple. For me, they're number 2. They literally changed the laws of a whole country for each other, and he never did anything bad to her like every other guy in the series. So I think that's why they're number 2 for me. They're not number 1 because I just like number 1's banter, and we'll get to that.
They're also my number 2. That's all I have to say. Okay.
We haven't gotten to this one yet.
Twist the head. So now we're gonna go. Oh my god, why is this like? We're gonna go deeper. Twist the head. It's about Jules and Josh. Okay,
Josh
Jules
being Ava's brother.
Yes.
And they're all besties, by the way, if you don't know the series.
Yes.
Nobody's ever watching this.
No, but we need to explain to our future selves if we don't. Okay, Jules. She is a bad bitch. Oh, bad bitch, period. She's a law student. She becomes a lawyer. She just eats. But she can become a little crazy and insecure. But she has her background story that supports that. But it is a little...
So what do you rank her number?
She's my number 3, actually.
She's also my number 3. Another reason I ranked her number 3 is because she did lie to Josh about her whole identity, basically.
Yeah. Well, to everybody.
To everybody.
To everybody and their moms.
To Josh. So it's like... I mean, honestly, if it was just to Josh, maybe it wouldn't have been as bad, but she lied to the girlies. And you can't lie to the girlies.
You can't lie to the girlies.
And so... But she's not boring, so that gave her points, which is why she's not number 4.
Which is why she's a bad bitch. I get it.
She is a bad bitch. And then Joshua Chen, when I find you, And he's my number 4, if you couldn't tell.
He's also my number 4.
What he did when he found out that she had been lying to him and all of her trauma, no. You don't do that. That is technically statutory rape. We're not going to get into that. I just said it, though. No. Like, that's not cute. It's not funny. You don't do that, especially if you love her like you say you do.
He hit her insecurities to the point that it was like hell point. Like, it was
literally
not it.
So he's both of our number 4s, and as a couple, because of what he did, they are number 4 for both of us. I just feel like she didn't hold him as accountable as she should have after everything he did to her. And I also think, like, they should have had more conversations about, like, her lies and what he did, and they never really did. I feel like it's not a crazy ask because Anna does do this in other books with lies. She does go more into depth about, like, the characters resolving the lies. So I hate that she didn't do it in this book, which is why they're number 4 for me. And for both of us, actually. Okay.
I'm like, can you tell? This twisted lies. I know.
Hey, I see lies.
Bitch. Lies. Twisted lies. It's about Stella
What do you rank
and
Miss Stella?
Christian.
Miss Stella?
Miss Stella for me. She's my number 1. She's my number 1. I love her. I love her like a lot. She's a bad bitch, a bad boss. She knows what she wants. She also knows what she doesn't want. She just knows. She draws lines. And she eats.
So Miss Stella Alonso is not my number 1. You guys heard. Miss Bridget is. She is my number 2. Let me specify why she's not my number 1. Because she is all of those things that Madeline just said, and that should make her my number 1. But the reason she isn't is because I think she overlooked Christian's weird tendencies way too quickly. And I do know it's because she was in love with him, but I think she should have, like the same with Jules, held him a little bit more accountable. She definitely was like, what the hell is wrong with you?
A video?
Yeah. She definitely was like, what the hell is wrong with you? But she should have been more like, get out of my face, never talk to me again for like a good year, like Ava did with Alex, I fear. Because stalking isn't funny. Okay? And like, I know he didn't do it the same way, whatever his face is. What's the guy?
The actual stalker.
But it was still weird, and I hate that we overlooked that. And that leads me to Christian. He is my number 1.
My number 1 is Pookie.
Even though I just said all those things about him, he is my number 1.
He eats.
Why? Because he groveled even when she wasn't asking him to. Which she didn't ask him to, which is why she's my number 2. But he groveled, so that's why he's my number 1. He followed her to Italy to be like, I know you don't want me to do this, but I am so sorry. Please love me, pick me, choose me. And
He's me.
he literally gave her an apartment for free in one of the most luxurious buildings in the city because he loved her so much.
And protected her from her actual real stalker who was getting very creepy. And kidnapped her.
And protected her friends and helped her friends literally blackmail a whole country's government.
That's so true.
He just eats. Like, Christian, not just in this book, in every other book, he eats. And, like, I love the fact that he is just a tech baddie and knows everything about everyone. And so them as a couple are obviously my number 1. Because of all the reasons I just listed. And he helps her build a huge fashion empire that by the next series, which we'll get into, is insane. Like, it is one of the most, like, top luxury brands in the world, but it's also super accessible, like, from what she talks about in this book. And he helps her so much starting the business. But he doesn't do it for her. That's what I also like. He makes her do the work because he's like, if I were to, like, disappear from your life, you need to be able to continue to do this work because it's what you're passionate about.
Investor.
He is a secret investor in many different ways. And he does invest money, like, at one point, but it's once she has already gotten it up and going. So I love that for them. So they are my number 1 couple. Do you have anything to add up? Because they're also her number 1 couple.
They just eat.
They just
okay. The plot now.
Of each book, what do you rank them? Actually, let me double check my phone. Where'd I even put it? Oh, wait. We're recording on my phone.
Okay.
I know what my plots are. I got them.
You can start because I need a thing.
I'm gonna put them in order. Okay?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do too. So you put your plot first.
Okay.
Plot, I think.
These are my plots. Can you tell I hate Twisted Hate?
Okay, I actually agree with her. I
I
like her.
Hear me out. I know I was shitting on this book a lot, like the characters and the couples, but the actual plot and like storyline, I really enjoyed. It really, I mean, it got me into the whole damn series. If I didn't like the first book, I wouldn't have kept reading. Period. I'm not like that. I don't need to finish a series. I'm not one of those people. So that's why they're second. Obviously, we know why they're first. We talked about them for hours. That's why they're second. Like the actual storyline was very, like there was always the suspense, like not knowing who was the killer, like all this stuff, and like having him be reformed, having him teach her how to swim, but also having her like teach him how to be like a normal person, and like how to feel things, and like the whole drama with Josh, and like coming back and him finding out that his best friend was with his little sister. Like it gave a lot of different tropes, and I think the diversity really ate. The reason this one isn't higher is because I think it's kind of a beaten up trope of like the age difference, and they didn't really address it as much as I would have liked. Like if you're gonna make it an age difference of 10 years, like address it
more.
No, it's fine. Address it a little bit more. That's all like I ask. And also it wasn't that the plot was it was a little boring compared to the first two, but it was better than whatever the hell this was.
That was a mess.
I'm sorry, I'm speaking for both of us, but I'm just...
No, but I agree, so I'm like... Yeah,
if you have anything to add, please, like, go ahead. I hated this one. The plot line...
It's literally closest to
for me wasn't it. Like, it was basically the same trope as this, but they did it worse. Because it's like, my sister's best friend. Dun, dun, dun. Like, my brother's best friend? My sister's best friend. But this was weird because, like, he actually treated her like shit for so many years. And she lied to him from the moment they met. And the whole Magda painting thing, which goes on into the next series, like, I just didn't like the way they incorporated that into this book. It wasn't a horrible read. Like, if you want to read it, like, I totally think, like, you should. But it wasn't as good as these three, which is why it's last. I think there were some, like, loose ends with, like, her storyline specifically. Like, what the hell? But
yeah, because we get Josh's storyline here as well because he is Ava's brother. So everything that happened to Ava obviously happened to Josh, but we don't know anything about like Stella in that sense, and we got very little of her back. We don't know anything about Jules, and we got very little.
Are you still doing
like, she talked about how her mom was a model and that guy and all that stuff, but it was weird. They should have talked about it more than they did, in my opinion. So that was my ranking.
We're gonna go to the next series now. Oh my god.
Just real quick, you know?
Just real quick.
Before my phone gets full of storage.
Oh my god.
Do you want to start? You want to start us off with Miss Vivian and Mr. Dante Russo? You're holding the upside down.
Oh my god. Okay.
Start us off with King of Wrath.
King of Wrath.
Mr.
Vivian
Miss Vivian
and
Lau and Dante Russo. What do you think of Vivian?
I love Vivian. I literally love her.
We've never ranked them. We've never ranked these ones.
No, we haven't.
And I don't know what my opinion... Oh, you start talking about her, and let me look at these books real quick.
No, we're gonna think of them as we go.
Oh god, this is gonna take so long.
I know it's gonna take long. Okay, I love Vivian. I actually really like their storyline. We're just gonna talk about everything. Can we just talk about the book?
We can just talk about the book because we are not ranking them because we haven't been able to.
We'll can run them at the end after we give our book review. Okay, Vivian, love her. I also love their storyline. It really eats because it just arranged marriage. They hate but don't hate each other at the same time. It's kind of weird, but they do hate each other. But they eat. And then Dante, even though he does low-key kind of hate her, he protects her with his whole heart. And I'm like, you eat. Yeah. I like this book a lot, actually.
Love Vivian. I love how they acknowledge the family trauma that would come from not only being Asian but being from a wealthy family and new money trying to get into the old money world, and the blackmail, the arranged marriage, the hating each other but secretly, you know, wanting the best for each other. It ate. Dante did piss me off a lot, and I do mean a lot. I wouldn't say Dante's my favorite. I'm saying that now. I know he definitely isn't.
But I already have a favorite.
But I love. You already have a favorite?
I think I said.
Okay, sorry. But I do love them as a couple because they eat down every single time. Like, even if they're fighting, like, between them, they will show up and show out for each other. And I love that. I think that's, like, what you need as a couple to make things work. Like, to be able to, like, put in the effort. And they really do put in the effort. And they have their little destination wedding in Dante's Italian villa. So, that's my dream, too. So, that's why I like this book so much. Next up, we have Kai and Issa. Freaky digger. Okay. I love Kai. He is my quiet little baby boy. And Issa eats him up every single... The fact that the first time they meet, she's saying outlandish shit every time. Like, the first couple of times.
They're talking about condoms.
Glow in the dark.
Glow in the dark condoms.
It's insane. And he's like...
And
Ah!
And for the next 3 times they meet, they literally talk.
I just think it's crazy. I just think it's a crazy book. I like how she brings out so much of his personality because we saw him in the first book and he was...
Bye!
Bye!
I love how we... Oh, it's not good.
And we're busy. Busy girls.
Can I see show?
You're not helping. I like big
I just like how she brings out so much of his personality, and like he also has a lot of trauma, but it's different from Vivian's because it's him being from old money and having to like take over this huge company, like the biggest company in the world, and they just portray it really... She portrays it really well, and I like this one, but I don't think it's my favorite book. Your opinion on it? I kind of forget that book. I'm not gonna lie. Like, out of all the books, I think I forget that one the most.
Kai and Isabella.
Oh my god, their secret library room.
I like them as a couple because they're opposites. Like, she's very outgoing and blah blah blah. He's very to himself.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. That I love. They're very freaky deaky, like she said.
I didn't address her being an author at all.
Oh yeah,
Her
she writes
dinosaur erotica. She doesn't write dinosaur. She writes thrillers, but
same thing. And then I just want to keep up. I just want to rate them. Like, I literally just want to rate them. I don't even want to talk. Eats.
is he your favorite? Is Xavier your favorite? Javier.
Okay.
Is Javi your favorite?
Couples. This is my favorite.
Sloan and Javi.
Sloan and Javi, favorite. The number 1. Number
And
2.
We're doing couples. No, you're good. Oh my god, don't do that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do couples.
So,
Number 1
Sloan
for
and
me.
Javi.
King of Sloth. Number 1 couple. I want to see.
They hurt my heart.
This is gonna have to be my second. I cry. I literally cry in this book. second. King of Grace. Dominic and
Alessandra.
Alexandra. It's gonna have to go second. Oh my god, for third. Kind of funny. Who do I like more? It's kind of hard.
Are you just ranking the books or the couples?
The couples.
Okay. We're not gonna agree.
Here's my thing with these two couples. This couple, to me, they became they became a couple like too fast. In a sense that like there was tension right away. And like there's nothing wrong with that. But like I just feel like they became a couple too fast. And I feel like they this is hard. I don't know. Who do I like more? I'm gonna have to read the back. She was my North Star and the brightest jewel in my sky. Damn. You know what?
King of Alpha.
You know how they're 1, 2, 3? We're gonna go backwards. We're gonna go 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Okay, your turn.
My turn. Okay. Fuck that shit. Okay. Sloan and Hobby.
You start with your number 1. Which one is your number
I know.
1 first? Oh,
No.
shh.
I know I'm starting with my number 1. Do I think they'll be my number 1 by the end of the 7th book? No. But for now, when there's only 4, 100%. They eat, she eats, she drags him around like he's a little puppy boy, and he ends up listening. Wasn't like that one. And you know what? I love it. I love that we finally get the girl being like the one that's in charge in the relationship, because in most of these the man has more power. And even though he technically does have more power, he doesn't get any of his money unless she says so. So this has to be first for me. I think second King of Wrath.
Really?
Dominic and Vivian. And you...
Not Dominic. Dante.
Dante.
Oh, wait.
They all mix in my head, I'm not gonna lie to you sometimes. I had to like lay there the entire time we were talking. I was like trying to remember the books. I was like, remember the books.
I know.
Mind you, I read all 4 of these in 2 days. So please bear with me.
I had to wait until they got here.
But bear with me. So the reason these are my number 2 is because I love a little arranged, hate each other little situation. Like having to learn to love each other. And like, I just love her in this book. Like, she very much is like, I don't want to marry you either. Like, get out of my face. Like,
literally.
I'm trying to make this work and you're not helping.
Oh,
at
yeah.
all, and
Actually,
you.
I want to switch those for. Anyways.
So that's why this is my number 2. And he definitely, like, he starts off as a bit of a dick. And like I said, he's not my favorite. But she definitely makes him better. Let me tell you why these aren't my second couple. Dominic and Alessandra. I can't forgive him. I don't know how she did.
Shut up.
You shut up. I can't forgive him for what he did. Like, genuinely, like, the flashbacks and everything, and, like, knowing everything, like, personally, she's maybe a better woman than I am. He brings this entire book down. No, I'm just kidding. I generally, as a book itself, would be probably my number 1. But as a couple, like, I'm rating the couple, like, the relationship, number 3. Crazy thoughts. Kai and Issa are my number 4th. I agree. Too fast. Where was the build-up? Where was the wanting each other but not being able to have each other? Like, technically that does happen in this book.
After they're together.
But it's after they got together already. So it's like, did it ever even really happen? And I'm gonna be honest, they kind of bored me. Like, they're
It's
your
not
normal
freaky
freaky-deaky couple, and there's nothing interesting about it.
4, 1, 3, 2. Okay. Now, girls.
Girls.
Okay, girls.
No, girls,
Oh, yeah.
boys.
Okay, boys.
Boys?
She convinced
okay.
me.
Okay. Damn. Okay. Okay.
Do last. You're gonna do first.
Oh, you want me to start last?
Yes.
Shit, but I'm... Okay. Okay, then let me...
Us against the world.
Okay.
Nothing.
He's gonna be my last. He's a workaholic.
I wasn't talking.
And he low-key... My garlic Sandra deserves better, but we'll get to that later. But he's my fourth.
Mada, Julian
Canopy.
is talking.
Julian's not even here. Okay. He's my third. I forgot his name. Kai. Kai's my third. Yeah. I don't have nothing to say about this. Just deal with the fact that he's my third.
Literally.
My tablet phone.
Not my issue. Javier. He's
Second?
second. He's second. Wait, is he? No. Dante. He's my second. Sorry, guys.
Got
Roy.
it.
Roy. Second. Dante. Javier. First.
Why?
Oh, so I have to explain why my first is my first.
Yeah.
And the,
The
okay.
other ones don't matter.
Javier. He eats. He's a little puppy guy. Like, you can just, you know? And then he treats my girl like a queen. Like, she deserves. He never made her feel like she was wrong at any point. I remember.
He definitely did.
He did.
He literally told her to go fuck herself like half the
Oh,
book.
true. Sorry. It's been a long time since I read this book. I've read like 20 books after this.
No, literally. Like, my brain is melting, but like, I'm somehow remembering.
Okay. But I don't know. There's just something about like him.
You're just like a Colombian man. That's why you need to get.
No. After what you saw me earlier, like, anyways, we're getting
No,
off
yeah,
track.
after what I told you earlier, fuck that guy.
I just like him. I don't know why, but I know I like him. Okay,
That's fine. Can I do my
your turn.
Shut up.
Okay.
Shut up, Rosie. Nobody's talking to you, and that's why you have a stinky butt. Okay.
I think life can be
You have a stinky butt.
You didn't even take a shower.
How would you know? I did take a shower. In last place for my men. Oh my god, wait. I'm getting cramps. Okay. In last place. I'm not explaining myself. He sucks, and like I said, I wouldn't have forgiven him, and he has a special place in hell for him. Okay?
I agree.
My second least favorite. Dante. He pissed me off. Once again, not explaining myself.
Just deal with it.
Actually, that one I kind of gave an explanation. Because he actually, like, treated her like shit. Well, after they got married, he ignored her for years and years and years and was too busy building up his company and everything. He had absolutely no reason because the blackmail in the arranged marriage wasn't not her fault and she had no clue, so he had no reason to treat her like that. Number 2. He is number 2 because, like I said, like, he does very much, like, tell Sloan to go, like, suck a dick, basically, or have fun with him, is basically all he says. He's like, if you're not gonna have fun, like, I'm actually gonna jump off a bridge. And he's so dramatic sometimes, and
I love my dramatic man.
I'm dramatic enough for both of us, babe. Like, I can't have that. He never did anything wrong to her ever in this entire book, and I want to make that very clear.
Anyways, Rosie, go ahead. Literally.
He never did anything wrong to her, and, like,
Don't talk.
whatever, like, reasons that she got hurt were not because of him. It was because of, like, his job, and there was nothing he could do to change that. In fact, he basically quit his job for her, which is insane because he was going to become the CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company. And he was ready to give it all up for her, and I love that. So that's why Kai is my number 1.
Okay. Girls now.
Girls!
The girlies. Okay.
Number 1.
Oh, we're starting with
Last.
last. Crap. I already gave my number. I always go number 1 because I
know.
Savage.
my girl is Isabella. I love her, but I feel like
She needs to shut the fuck up sometimes.
yeah, and she's too fun, and she's
needs to
also
chill
low key
out.
boring.
She is boring. That's what I'm saying. Boring girls finish last.
4th.
And that's also my 4th.
Okay.
If any of you care.
Sarah's 4th too. I already know that's fine. It's because I feel her so much, but then I also feel her so much too. Kingdom Sloth
Okay.
and Kingdom 3.
I know who I would put for 3rd. But it's your choice. Like, literally, it's your ranking.
No, yeah, I'm not. I don't care what you think. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
and I can't. I don't know. Okay.
Don't talk to me.
I'm not talking to you. I'm literally not even talking to Sarah at this point. I'm talking to myself.
That's me.
Okay. Sloane's gonna have to be my 3rd. Because she's a workaholic, and thanks to Javier, he did make her a little fun. And
Oh, and the other reason Javier wasn't my number 1 is because he was so lazy and I'm lazy and we can't have that.
and yeah, I mean,
Workaholic.
she did have
didn't really hang out
family
with her
issues,
friends.
but we all have family issues. Not an excuse. My girl, she went through so much shit, but she's gonna have to be 2nd because the other one eats better. Love her though. Love her. Eats. She just eats. She made a name for herself by herself without even her family or man. Eats.
I'm rising from the dead.
Okay, this is your last. I'm gonna go to you.
This is my last.
Turn it off.
Issa gives Rosie in the best and worst ways possible. She acts like a little girl. Fuck. This is hard.
You have to choose your first and then put it away.
I know. Okay.
You see, we think this is hard, but
She's my 3rd. Everything that Maddie said, like, I agree with. The reason she's my 3rd specifically because, god damn it, I can't stand the fact that Alessandra gave in so easily back to Dominic. She didn't. I'm not gonna lie. She really didn't give in that easily back to him.
she did.
So I gotta give her credit. The reason she pisses me off.
It's just background music, guys.
I'm so sorry. The asparagus took me out. The fact that she ignores her friends a lot because of her work just doesn't sit right with me. Like, I can't stand behind a woman like that. But I do understand where she's coming from, which is, well, I still love her. But 3rd. My girlie went through so much shit. So much shit. And she still decided to choose kindness and forgiveness and to be the bigger person. And she definitely gave him a run.
We need to clip that.
She definitely gave him a run for his money. He was like, I'm not gonna make this easy for you, but I love that she did that.
Veggies. Ew. Veggies there.
This is my number 1. Vivian eats.
Okay, that's a little commercial break.
Vivian just eats. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, Maddie said everything that needed to be said, and the veggie dance is really taking me out. I know.
up.
Eat! Eat your veggies!
And between series, I think the Twisted series is better. Oh my god, I'm gonna die.
You think so?
I prefer the Twisted series. No, I can't say that because this one isn't done yet. When the next,
3 bucks.
when the last 3 books come out, we'll come back. Bye, guys.
Veggies.
So do the veggie dance. It's time to eat our
Where are you? Oh, there you are.